1-1 through 6. And then the rain comes pouring down. We can complain about it all we want for very good reason. It doesn't change that fact. You go into a 2-hour, 45-minute delay on the button, by the way, which is kind of funny if you think about it. But how in the world do you lose that game? How in the world do you leave 13 runners on base and go 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position? Dude, you had literally 10 opportunities. And I know a lot of them were in extras, but that still puts out a point I want to talk about. In extras, they were awful, with a good part of their lineup up. In the 10th, Schwarber grounded out to Rojas the third. Cool. All right. Then Trey Turner strikes out swinging one of the worst at-bats I've seen in the season so far. What was that? That strikeout pitch was 15 million feet off the plate. Like, caramba. Montero walks Harper. Cool. All right. And then Cassiano strikes out in the most least surprising twist in the history of the world. To Rafael Montero. This dude was in the minors the other day. And he's mowing you down? What the heck? The Cassiano strikeout, by the way. I just watched it again. That was pathetic. Then Tanner Banks gets a sac bunt from Harris. A ground out. Great play by Bohm, but he's not out of the woods yet. We'll talk a lot about him coming up because I'm not happy with him. Ozzy Albies then grounded out. Somehow they get out of that inning. Jose Suarez is in. Now let me paint you a picture about this pitcher, this Jose Suarez. He has been in the league for a good amount of time now, since 2019. His ERA in his last 2 years with the Angels, 8.29, 6.02. Oh my God. And you want to know what they did? You want to know what they did? What they did? Ground out, intentional walk, fly out by Bohm wasn't deep enough to score Casty. Almost feels like it's all over. Then Stott walks and Rojas walks to score a run. And then guess who missed a homer by like maybe 3 feet? Schwarber's not in the doghouse here. He's been terrific to start the year. Don't end up putting words in my mouth that I think everyone on this team has been a joke and disgraceful. No, it's just really just Bohm. And I guess Real Muto has been better, but Bohm and Marsh sometimes stop. But he's banged 282, so I can live with that. And if he can keep that up, it's okay. Anyways, bottom of the 11th. Right away, you barely get a breath. 2-1 pitch. Joe Ross, by the way. What is he? I don't think we really know truly who Joe Ross is. Also, I don't know why you don't put in Alvarado. Why are you not putting him in? This is a big game against a division opponent. I know it's only April, but tiebreakers matter too. The Braves are not going to stay 3-9 bad all year. They're just not. I'm sorry. There's pessimistic Braves fans and there's real baseball fans that know this is not the case. They get Acuna back in the summer. Also, Riley doubles. Scores Albies. And at least surprising twist of all time, this game is tied. And another unsurprising twist. Ozuna from the Braves walks it off. And the Phillies lose 4-2. Unbelievable. I'm livid still with that. That is an absolute utter joke. I'm sorry. You can't lose that game. 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. 13 left on base. Braves were much better. I mean, they were 2 for 11, but those were the pretty sure those two hits were the walk-offs. So they were really 0 for 9 to begin with. Braves left 7 on base, which isn't great, but it's not the worst thing ever. Oh, man. Phil's lost that game. I got to be honest, starting to be concerned about the bullpen. I know you had some good innings so far this season, but there's been a lot of innings where the pitchers have been, oh, I don't know. I mean, I'll read you off the pitchers here, guys, right? Like, we'll go through this together. We'll go through all these pitchers together because I think it's important. Excuse me. All right. Starters have been no problem, by the way. How about Taiwan Walker, boys? How about Ty? Taiwan Walker's well, I thought we were gonna lose that second game, actually. I thought that was over when Taiwan Walker started. So I owe Taiwan an apology if you can keep on doing this. If he keeps on shoving. Lazardo was lit last night. I enjoyed him. He's been really good so far this year, only giving up 3 runs. He is a fifth starter, basically, when Ranger comes back. And if Taiwan Walker tapers off, Ranger will probably be the fourth. And Lazardo is signed to be the fifth. I'll tell you what, he has pitched better than Nola. He's pitched better than Sanchez. He's pitched better than Walker, in my opinion, because he's had more innings than Walker by a very high amount. I really am impressed with him, and I'm excited. I'm excited to continue to watch him progress. Right, it's been a lot of fun to watch. I'm enjoying it. Also tied for the team lead in strikeouts with 25 with Wheeler. But the bullpen is really where we care, right? All right. Alvarado looks good. Yeah, he gives you heart attacks, but he's allowed 1 run in 6 innings, so I'm cool with that. Romano, oh God, pitched great last night. So I'll give him that against the heart of the order, but aside from that, I need to see more. New team. He's been on the Blue Jays for a few years now. Maybe just needs to get adjusted. It's okay. We'll hold our questioning. But the shakiness of that is also a good reason why we actually have to have this discussion about the bullpen, right? Carlos Hernandez, it kind of shoved last night. First outing wasn't impressed with him at all. Second outing last night, all right, cool. All right, that's fine. Strom has been Strom. He's been great. I'm cool with that. But I will tell you, I'm not very confident in Kirkering. Kirkering has been shaky. Sorry. Joe Ross has been shaky. I mean, I don't know, man. He's given up 5 runs and I guess 4 earned runs in 5 innings, 5 2/3. That's not good. Tanner Banks, he had a good outing. It's okay. I'm not putting Tanner Banks in high leverage. That's for sure. But I think me and Topper are on the same page here, so that's okay. All good. Jose Ruiz, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, but he had a good outing last night. So cool, whatever. But if you really look at it, the two guys I trust when they come out of the pen, it's like, all right, cool. It's okay. Alvarado and Strom, everyone else, I'm sitting on my hands, just begging them to get out of the inning. I don't trust them. And I feel like that could hurt you down the stretch. We've seen how important a bullpen is. We saw it last October. So I think that's certainly something to keep an eye out for. They start a series against the Cardinals tonight. I think it's Wheeler. No, it's not Wheeler. It's Nola, isn't it? Even better. Nola on the mound. He's had an awful start. Not awful start. He's had a rough start to the year. 0-2. He's had half of the Phillies' losses. So all eyes on Aaron Nola tonight to have a nice outing in St. Louis. Tomorrow, it's Christopher Sanchez. Once again, eyes on him. And then on Sunday, Wheels, which is always fun to watch, so it's okay. I'm expecting 2 of 3 being taken from the Cardinals this weekend. That's my expectation for the Phils. We'll dive more into that. I want to talk about Bomer. But, I mean, I got Bohm complaints. I got Brandon Marsh complaints. I even have Mundo and Cody Clemens claims. All right, you ready for that? Time to talk about Bohm, right? I think, honestly, I'm concerned about him. I think last year in the playoffs was awful. After the home run derby, it was really bad. But, he was in trade talks all year. Usually that motivates a player, right? Or breaks them, right? One of the two. I think it might have broke Alec Bohm. Genuinely think it might have broke him. Alec Bohm is hitting 160 with only 8 hits this whole year. Mind you, he's playing in a lot of these games. It's not like he isn't. He's playing in a lot of games. He's played in however many games. In 11 of the 12 games. 11 of the 12 games he played in. He has 50 at-bats. He only has 8 hits. And this is a guy that eventually wants a contract. Yeah, well, at this rate, it's not coming from the Phillies. I swear it's not. You cannot give that guy a contract playing like this. Edmundo's hitting like 450 right now. Why in the living heck is he not hitting? Why is Alec Bohm continuing to play when you need to teach him a lesson? By the way, Cody Clemens exists. Rob Thompson is all about getting these guys some reps now as opposed to waiting until the middle of the season. Where's Cody Clemens? It's like when they put up those signs in the city, like where's Ben Simmons? Find him for a cash reward. Can we pull one of those up for Alec Bohm? Also Alec Bohm, but mostly Cody Clemens. I haven't seen him all year. My nickname for him is Cody Better Than Roger Clemens, and he is. He is, man. It's a fun joke. Well, it's semi-serious because he's a good hitter. Better hitter than his dad. Not a better pitcher, that's for sure. You want to know something funny, too? Whew. Brandon Marsh might actually be worse, and he has been worse. Brandon Marsh in 133 with 10 strikeouts. By the way, I want to give a fun fact. He's had 6 in the opening day game against the Nationals, right? Let me check to make sure I'm not losing my mind. However, I'm 90% sure he had 4 strikeouts against the Nats in the first. Yeah, he had 4. So Brandon Marsh had 4 strikeouts in that game against the Nationals. He's had 6 strikeouts in total in however many games since. In how many games? Wow. I don't know. They don't tell me here. What a joke. What a joke of an app. He had 4. He was 0 for 4 or 4 strikeouts in that game or something. Yeah. How do you do that, man? How are you that bad, dude? 3, 6, 9, 10. 10 games after he has 6 strikeouts, which actually isn't very good, but I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about Brandon Marsh. Wow, it's had one of those situations where I almost had to sneeze. I thought I did. I don't, apparently. But Marsh is 0 for 21 in April. Brandon Marsh is over 21 in April with 5 strikeouts. And it's not like he's been this walking machine. He has 3 walks. So basically, he's getting on base every 7 at-bats, and none of them have been base hits. He hasn't been this world beater in the field either. It's not like he's like this game-changing fielder, man. He's not. He's a center fielder. I'm done with the notion that Brandon Marsh is like there. I think a lot of people are trying to compensate with this whole ceiling. I saw a tweet from Kincaid, John Kincaid. He is on 97.5 The Fanatic earlier this morning that I did like, and I'm going to find it, but it was eerily true, and it's kind of what I started to think of. Here's what he said in quotations now. If I hear Brandon Marsh and ceiling one more time, here's the sound, pop. That's Brandon Marsh's head. He's hitting the mediocre ceiling that he's at. That's it. He's there. The ceiling has been reached. And he is 0 for in April. Do you know how many players are 0 for in April with that many plate appearances? Zero. It's only him. It's a disaster. Stop it. Stop force feeding Brandon Marsh trying to justify the Logan O'Hoppe trade. I think a lot of people are. Now, at this time, I'm at this point, I'm cool with that trade. I'm not upset with it. I mean, the trade, it was what it was. The Phillies didn't need Logan O'Hoppe. He didn't need him. You did not need Logan. I'm not saying that Mickey Moniak wasn't even a guy I'm like, oh, really hurts to part ways with him. But for the Phillies to continue to give guys like Marsh a chance and Bohm instead of playing guys like Edmundo, who literally played in the outfield and robbed a homer. It was Rojas's fault that ball dropped. And Cody Clemens exists. You can play him in the infield. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. Well, see what happens though. I don't know where else you can go with this situation. I think trade deadline comes, you start shopping both Marsh and Bohm, but it's getting to a point where it's tough to defend both of them. And I've tried for years. So I'm not, it's not like I've been waiting for this day. I'm a Debbie Downer. No, I'm not. I've been, quite frankly, trying to defend him for years and for months at this point after how last season ended. Anyways, that's about all the Phil's talk I have for now.